Hey guys, we're back, and we're going to be looking at a game that I've already done a bunch of videos on, Mothership Tabletop Combat. I did a video for the original game, the original Kickstarter, as well as the Into the Vortex expansion. And this time we're going to be taking a look at it from a little bit different perspective as far as how modular the game is and how you can add and remove different aspects of it to tweak the game to your liking. And we're doing this because the game is coming up for a second edition print, which is probably on Kickstarter right now. And they've updated the graphics, they've changed a few things to make it more streamlined, added a few things to give you even more options and customization to the game. So the box you see here is from the original Kickstarter. The retail version looks slightly different. I think it actually had the picture on it that's on the cover of the manual. The new one's going to have even different artwork, so keep that in mind. It may look different, but the name of the game's still the same, and the fun that you and your friends can have playing it is still the same, if not better. Anyway, we're going to get in here and start looking at all the different options and things you have to build up the game into something truly unique. So one of the coolest features of Mothership that I absolutely love is just how much you can change the game to your play style for if you want something really quick and easy or if you want something really complicated and in-depth. For a quick look here, this is basically set up for a two-player game. You've got your asteroid fields here lining, you've got 3 planets in the middle, you've got your yellow and red teams ready to go, and you could play this as a straight-up deathmatch game. Both players have their consoles, both players have their tech upgrade boards, they have a couple of action cards, and their little cheat sheet card that comes with the new set there. And everything's ready to go. Got your dice down here off camera. And you could play this straight up as a deathmatch. You try to take over the planets here to get resources, to buy your tech upgrades, to buy more action cards so that you can defeat the other team by wiping out all their ships or destroying their colony station. Simple, straight up like that. You want to add just a little bit more to it, you could bring in the victory point trackers and your little victory point markers and play to a specific victory point total. That adds a little bit more strategy to it. And then in a victory point type game, your ships actually respawn too, which is kind of cool. Then you could take things one step farther, and for your planets, you could put these number tokens underneath the planets so that when you take control of a specific planet, when you lift it up to put your base marker on there saying, hey, I control this planet now, you'll see what number's under there. You flip it over, you'll get the corresponding artifact card to the number that you pulled. Say we had a number 4 on there. We're going to get our our common alien appliance, and it gives you +1 to all your mothership rolls. So as long as you control that planet, you're going to get that bonus. So now that adds another layer of complexity and additional strategy to it. So if you want to go one step beyond that even, you could add in these new development cards. And you're going to have a market of these that are going to be available to purchase from with your resources. And say you have that planet you control and you have your artifact to link these to that planet. You're going to buy these and you're going to put them on that to link it to that planet, and they're going to give you a little resource engine of new abilities down here that planet is also going to generate for you. So now you have an engine building mechanic built onto the bonuses you get for controlling the planet, built onto your already deathmatch type game or victory point game you're playing. Then you can go one step beyond that and add in a couple gas planets so that you can get the new gas resource from controlling those planets. And then those gas planets are going to get you gas resources, which now you can use to get bonuses to your mothership and your colony station. And if you want to go even further, you can add in the class cards, which are going to give you your specific class type, and you get bonuses that you can use once per game and bonuses that are constant for the entire game to change it up even more. And then if you want to go another step beyond that, you can get into the vortex stuff and bring in nebulas, which are going to change up the map even more by giving you areas that will slow down your ships and reduce movement. And then to compensate for that, maybe you want to add in a little bit more and add in the actual wormholes. So you're going to start putting these wormholes around that allow you to jump instantly from one place to another on a map. And then you can even go beyond that and bring in the new objective cards, which are going to give you secret missions that you need to accomplish. And when you do so, you gain extra victory points and extra resources. And then on top of that, you can even add in the new beacons and have a handful of these spread throughout the map. And then some locked ones out here that unlock later on. And then those are going to unlock your beacon mission cards, which are going to give you little objectives and missions to do for extra points and resources on the side, and so on. So the game expands and expands, and you're getting more and more into it, and it goes basically from being a simple shoot-'em-up game to a full-fledged strategy space game. And I love that aspect of the game. I love that you can mix and match and choose any of these. You can use just the class cards, which we do a lot when we play. We usually play with just class cards and the planetary exploration, the artifact tokens. That's a very common combo for us to use. We do a variant on the victory points where we're waiting for people to show up or the store's about to close and we only have an hour, maybe two to play. So we'll set a time limit, an hour-long game, 2-hour-long game, and then when that time reaches, we finish out the round so everybody gets an equal number of turns and see who's got the most victory points. The wormholes we use, depending on the map, sometimes we play with 2 boards, so we'll use wormholes to jump back and forth to the boards. You don't even have to do that with the new one because they've changed the border on that board so you can put 2 boards together and make it into one big board, which is awesome. The new beacons add very interesting objectives to the game because you show up on these little tokens and then you take on the beacon mission. They do various crazy and outlandish things. The stories are amazing on those. And it's just the way it all comes together so you can make it as simple or as complicated of a game as you want. When I show the game to new players, we usually only use planetary exploration and victory point because not a lot of people are into the no respawn thing for the deathmatch, although that is a very cool variant of the game. It really makes you think if you want to risk your ships or not if you don't get them back. So there's very easy way to play. Like I said, a couple planets and victory points so you can respawn, and we use the planetary exploration just so you have an extra reason to conquer planets. And that's a simple, easy game to show a new player and then introduce them. Whereas we've got a couple people who've been playing with me since I got my first copy of the game, and we'll use everything, and it's all in the type of game you want to play and the gamers that you're playing with. If you want a quick, simple, fast skirmish game, or do you want a long strategy game which involves a lot of positioning and planning, and the different ways you play also change how you play. You're less likely to take your ships and fly through these asteroid fields to get to those planets in a no respawn game, because if you get a bad roll, your ship's destroyed, it's gone. Whereas in a respawn game, sure, I'll throw a couple fighters in there. If they make it through, cool. If not, no big deal, I get them back. Things like that. So it really changes the entire dynamic of the game. And then on top of all of that, you have things like the technology trees that allow you to customize your fleet based on your personal preferences. Maybe you want your colony ships to build up. You want to get those Guardian turrets, which are the new unit. And you work on this lower tree, or Or maybe you're a little bit more offensive. We have a guy who loves to go for the nuclear missile option. These last ones are crazy powerful. And it lets your mothership attack any space on the board, so you can just start nuking you from across the board. Things like that. Put all 12 into your weapons and shoot somebody from the other side of the board without having to worry about them shooting back. It's just a really cool variety of things that all combine together for one really cool game experience. And it's so modular, it's so customizable, and it just allows you to play how you want to play. And I think that's really what makes this stand out from other games. And I didn't even mention the purple cubes, which allow you to gain influence and then use that influence to peacefully take over planets and steal people's engines that they built up on them and their relics that go with them to stop them from deploying their guardian turrets. When they try to deploy those, you can prevent that from happening and refresh the market of available developments and things like that. So that's another option that you could play. Overall, though, there's a ton of stuff here, and it just all meshes together well. And when the official things come out, I will probably do a new video on the new 2.0 version of the game. I will definitely be doing a video on the Call of the Void expansion when it's out, because all of that stuff's mixed in here. But just really wanted to go over what all you can do and add to the game to customize it to the way you want to play. Anyway, that's a quick look at Mothership and its various expansions and how they can combine to be mixed and matched to really customize the game to your liking and your play style and the time requirements and basically the type of game that you're looking to play at the moment. I like the fact that it fits a variety of roles and is really easy to swap back and forth between them. Anyway, the new 2.0 version of Mothership is available on Kickstarter right now, I believe. Put a link in the description. If you want to see my actual unboxing review videos of the original version and the Into the Vortex expansion, I will put links to them below as well. I hope this shows off a little bit of the variety that this game offers. And if you're interested, definitely check it out. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.